It's 71,000 square feet of indoor training facility nirvana. Leagues, events, camps, clinics. From Big Easy Sportsplex, 800 Webb Street in the Elmwood area, just off Earhart Expressway. Welcome to Louisiana Baseball. Hi again, everyone. From inside the Big Easy Sportsplex, I'm Eric Ritchie, and welcome to another edition of Louisiana Baseball. They had the Brooms out in Baton Rouge and Thibodaux, also series victories for both Tulane and Southeastern. As usual, over the next 30 minutes, we've got the state of Louisiana blanketed with college baseball coverage. Before we get into the highlights this week, let's throw it over to Big Easy part owner Joey Cabaceres for more on tonight's show. Joey?
Thanks, Eric. I'm over here at the batting cages, the pitcher machine cage, as a matter of fact. We have a sports tutor that can throw fastballs, curveballs, changeups, lefty, righty, any order you want. We even have guys come in here and play cricket off of it. It's kind of funny. We have our iron mic. We had the big guy right there. In this cage, it's kind of the slow pitch one. We have a little soft toss thing, a little softball thing as well. So a lot of cages are automated. You don't need to come in with anybody but yourself. You can grab a bat out of the bin, maybe test out one of the Marucci demos, and for 20 bucks and a day pass, you get to do all of this, plus shoot baskets and do whatever you want. If a dad brings his kid in, dad doesn't pay, just the kid. Or, you know, we are a membership academy. We try to hover around the 500 membership mark, and it's 75 bucks a month to be a member, a month. So that's an easy thing to do for you guys, and thought we'd give it a plug. But let's go back to Eric real quick and talk about this wacky week of college baseball.
Joey, thanks, and we'll lead off with why not, the #1 ranked team in the country, where the Lsu Tigers are really playing as good a baseball as anyone in the country right now. Now they've won 20 of their last 23 games after a weekend SEC sweep against Missouri. It came down to literally the final at-bat in this series, and that's where we'll lead off. LSU, senior day against Missouri. After an 8-3 and 8-2 win to open up the series against Missouri, LSU fought back to take a one-run lead in Game 3. But Missouri making it tough, scoring a run in the 9th to send this one to extra innings. In the 10th, Missouri had runners on first and third with no outs, bases loaded with 1 out, when Connor Hale fields the hot smash, touches the bag for 1, and rifles a strike to Chris Chenea at first for an inning-ending double play. You just had the feeling right there that LSU would carry on that momentum, and they did. After Hale led off with a single, fellow senior Cade Civic comes up big too with a base knock to center in what third base coach Will Davis would later call the best piece of running during the series. Hale hustles to third, which forces the throw, allowing Civic to move to second. That completely changes the dynamics of the inning. And with the hot-hitting Chenea on deck, Missouri elects to pitch to Jake Fraley, and the sophomore left fielder makes him pay. The walk-off single scores Hale. The celebration is on after LSU completes the sweep with the 6-5 win in 10.
It's been awesome, not only for me, but our whole team. It's always awesome when we go out there and get the sweep. We try and take one game at a time, and after the first game, we try and go for the second one. After that, we go for the sweep, and we're able to do that this weekend.
If I'm not mistaken, I think we've been down 7 of the last 8 SEC ball games, and we've come back and I think all of them. So when we went down 3-0 in the first inning, we knew we had 8 innings to go, so we weren't worried about it. We just had to put good at bats. The guy was a great pitcher. We battled our way, and we got the victory.
I feel unbelievable, especially just for this team as a whole, man. We never gave up today. I had a blast though, and we had old guys contribute. Hale led off that last inning, and then a young guy come in and drive him in. Just top to bottom, we're such a great team, and I really love these guys.
You're going to be back here, we know, hopefully regional, hopefully super regional, but just put into words what senior day means to you.
It was a pretty awesome experience. I loved coming out here and having a quick second that everyone's cheering just for you while you walk out there. Really just awesome. I love these fans and just going to miss it so much, but I'm glad we get to come back here for some more games later in the season.
LSU sweeps Missouri at Alex Box this weekend. They needed that sweep. That's really big when a team comes through it. You don't know how hard it is to get a sweep in college baseball. But what that does is it gives them a bye in the conference tournament coming up. It also pushes them a little bit more distance between them and Vanderbilt. I think they're a game and a half, and then Texas A&M, which are 2 games. So it puts them in a really good spot moving into the last couple weeks. That's where you want to be. Right now I tell everybody it's not about being the best team. It's about being the team playing the best at the end of the year.
Now to the Green Wave, who also had senior day with their last home regular season series this past weekend. They took 2 of 3 against South Florida and really boosted their postseason hopes. It's time now for the Green Wave Report. Senior day for Tulane as both players and parents were honored before this game started. On the mound, the right-hander Emerson Gibbs, who's been fantastic this season, especially at home. Get some help here. How about Jake Wilsey? The great play at second, stepping on the bag for 1, then throwing on the first for the 4-3 double play. Richard Carthon had a big day, loops a shot to right. Jake Rogers is going to score all the way from second base for the first run of the game, and certainly a sign of things to come for Carthon. After South Florida took a 2-1 lead in the 4th, Tulane took it right back in the 5th. That's when Carthon lines a shot to center, but no circus catch here. Au contraire, my friends. That one's going all the way to the wall. 2 runs would score, and Carthon, he's going to race all the way around the bases with a 3-run inside the park home run, his first homer of the season. Part of a 4 RBI day for Carthon, the Tulane bullpen did the rest, and the Green Wave wins the game 4-3, and with it, takes the series 2-1.
This was probably the biggest game up to this point in the year, so I mean, we really needed to win that game. I mean, it was a stressful situation. I don't know what else to say. Just had to make pitches and get out of that. I mean, got myself into it, had to get myself out, so made some pitches, got out of it.
It's all about responding. Coach really got into us, and he wanted to, get a response out of us, and I think we responded the right way, showing that, we got heart and that we want to win, and we're going to do what we got to do, and we're going to be there for each other.
The day went great. I mean, our kids really fought really well. Again, we played great defense, and just super job by Gibbs, Rankin, and Jabot. All 3 of them pitched their tails off, and Richard came up with big hits today. They just keep giving us everything they got, and we find the little mistakes all the time, but the effort's always there, the attitude's always right, from the coaches all the way through to our bullpen catcher. So I couldn't be more pleased.
When we talk about Tulane, a former Big Easy guy, pupil of ours, came in, knew him since he was born, know his dad, Larry, forever. See him still at volleyball tournaments. He's got a daughter still working through his ranks, so very personal connection there. He really came up big for those guys on Sunday. They needed that win terribly. They are now in the kind of middle of the pack in their conference, and if you look at RPIs, and this is how it's done today. Back in my day when I played, we, you had to win your conference, or you got this at-large bid, and it all was based on how many wins you had on a season. For those guys who do some RPI, they're right at 4th, and they're thinking, the first 4 teams in their conference are going to get some kind of bid. So they're where they need to be, but they need this next weekend badly. I think they go up to Memphis and play those guys. They have to have that weekend badly. Got to take 2 out of 3. So it's time right now that you start playing to win every pitch at Tulane and finish it off strong.
Thanks, Joey. It's time for our first break here in Louisiana Baseball. Still to come, we'll head to Lake Charles and check in with Dr. Brett Cassio in our Medical Minute. But up next, we'll check in with the Ragin' Cajuns, the Colonels, and Southeastern, who's on the doorstep of a Southland Conference title. Louisiana Baseball rolls on after this. Louisiana Baseball is brought to you by Big Easy Sportsplex, by Royal Honda, AMG Specialty Hospital, and by orthopedic specialist Dr. Brett Cassio.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
And remember, when you buy from the appliance giant, you always get the best deal.
Tony Campo, the appliance giant, always told me if you want to sell appliances in this town, you got to offer the best name brands. That's why at Campo we offer lines like Thermador and Bosch. Right now, when you buy a Thermador cooktop, wall oven, or one of their beautiful ranges from Campo, I'll give you a Thermador dishwasher for free. Come to Campo today to see how we can take your kitchen to the next level when you buy local.
At Ortho LA, we specialize in treating patients of all ages with orthopedic injuries that affect their ability to function in the workplace or on the playing field.
I think we have the best ability to get patients back to 100% as quickly as possible. And we also had the addition of Dr. Richard Morvant, so now we're a group of 5 surgeons here, all fellowship trained.
The quality of care for the patients is probably what I feel is the best thing that we have to offer.
Your health and comfort is our top priority. Our goal is to make you as comfortable as possible.
I think when they come here, it's a family atmosphere. They get treated with special attention from the day they walk in the door.
The doctors at Ortho LA are easily accessible, working closely with area coaches and trainers.
We all played sports, and so we understand the athlete.
Ortho LA, committed to excellence, providing the highest quality of every aspect of orthopedic care.
Chef Gino, which is a local Christian homeschool support group, has been around for about 30 years. And we help parents navigate the process of educating their kids at home. When parents are homeschooling their kids, typically there's not a lot for them to do from a socialization perspective. We have field trips, we have camping trips, we have graduations, and of course we have PE. So the message that we're trying to convey to parents all throughout the greater New Orleans area is that if the public school isn't working for you and private school is out of reach, you should check out the viability of home education. You can check us out at gnochristianhomeschooling.org.
That energy is contagious. That positive energy is big for our entire team and in the dugout, but also defensively as well. Anytime you go out with that type of positive mentality, it really allows everybody else to feed off of you.
Southeastern head coach Matt Reiser brings us back from break. His Lions have now won 22 conference games. That's a school record in the Southland Conference, and now sit on the doorstep of claiming a Southland Conference title. The magic number for them is now 1 as they prepare for a weekend series at UNO. But before we look ahead, let's look back, where this past weekend they took 2 of 3 against Central Arkansas, and it all started on Friday with a tremendous pitching performance, a second consecutive shutout from Tate Ciano. Southeastern's Friday night starter Tate Ciano pitching like the AC is. Opening up the conference home series with Central Arkansas, the junior right-hander out of reserve fired his second consecutive shutout Friday, striking out 10, walking just 1. Ciano runs his scoreless inning streak to 20 2/3. The Lions won the game 6-0. On the season, Ciano now 8-2, a 2.96 ERA, and his 84 strikeouts, 3rd in the Southland Conference.
My last 2 outings was great. I mean, you can't do good things when defense don't play behind you, but last 2 weeks defense been incredible. Offense is scoring runs like they're supposed to, and it's fun to play. It's fun to pitch when offense and defense plays good behind you. I feel good. I mean, this time of year you need to stay hot just because postseason's coming. I mean, anything can happen in postseason, so you got to be ready.
So talking about Southeastern, you got to talk about the fact that they need 1 more win and they capture their conference championship. So they took 2 out of 3 this weekend. They need to take 1 out of 3 next weekend. So good luck to those guys. I'm really proud of Southeastern. They do a great job recruiting in the local area, and we try to help those guys as much as possible. One of their local recruits that's come to fruition for them is Tate Ciano, local Riverside kid. He was a quarterback in high school, complete stud, and a really good kid. Yes sir, no sir kind of kid. Came in this past summer, threw a little bit of Big Easy. We got him on film, looked at some of his biomechanics, and I remember thinking, watching him throw and trying to help him to whatever degree I could, that, man, I wish, I would hope to never have an at-bat off that guy. He just is nasty off of right-handers. It looks like it's going to hit you. It comes out of a weird slot. And when he is in command and he's got his bulldog attitude, he's going to be a tough guy to score on. So good luck to Tate. Good luck to the Lions the rest of the season. Great job, guys.
We'll keep it in the Southland Conference and check in now with Nichols, where the Colonels pulled off a 3-game sweep over UNO and are playing outstanding baseball. Once again, pitching has been the key for Nichols. This week on our Nichols State Report, we focus in on the big left-hander, Grant Bourne out of Baton Rouge. The Nichols Report is brought to you by Ortho LA, Walters, Meyer, Trosclair and Associates, and by YKM Consulting. Don't look now, but the Colonels have won 9 straight games, including a dramatic 5-4 win over UL Lafayette Tuesday on a 9th-inning walk-off home run by Seth Stevens. Prior to Tuesday's heroics, the weekend sweep of UNO included a 5-1 complete game victory by left-hander Grant Bourne, who finds himself near the top of most every important pitching category in the Southland Conference.
This year for me has been a growing experience. Last year was my first time being a weekend starter, so I'm a lot more comfortable this year, especially with the catcher, Correa. It's his second year here. Been playing with him, been playing with Tucker. We've been playing since high school. So, we had a lot of new pieces coming into this year. We had to fill some roles, and we started off a little slow, but everybody's really role-oriented and filling in the gaps well.
A really good student. Had a great body in high school, something we felt like we can develop with. He had good arm action. He had something there that Coach Prothro fell in love with right away, and someone we had to have.
I'm a really competitive guy on the mound. I have to hold myself back a little bit during the games. I get pretty intense. But, I hate to lose almost as much as I like to win, and that's the kind of guy I am.
And really over the course of the last couple of years, with our strength program, the way it's come along, with the development that he's received and taken advantage of, on a day-to-day basis, his work ethic and maturity have gone sky high, and he's got some things, he's got some God-given ability that he's really making the most out of.
For me, I like to think of it as being more consistent. Consistency at the next level is all you can ask for. And if I run out there every weekend and give a good performance week-by-week basis, that's all I can really do.
He's really matured and really possibly can be a very high-round draft pick. And, he may be able to play this game for a long time, but I know Grant's the type of guy that wants to win some championships for Nichols too, and we're fortunate to have him pitching his best at this time of the year.
When I'm on the field, I'm a pretty intense guy, but I have so much fun with it. Every other day when I'm not pitching, I have just as much fun on the days I'm pitching, and we have a good group of guys here, and I love playing with them.
I believe, I don't know much, I'm just a lowly pitching coach at a mid-major Division I school, but I think Grant has a chance to pitch in the major leagues. I really do. And the only thing that would probably stop him is either himself or some type of injury, and hopefully he's taking advantage of everything that's being given him right now to be able to make the most out of his career that he possibly can.
Can't talk about Nicholls State baseball without talking about some pitching. They got a big old lefty in there named Grant Bourne, big starter for him. Got really good stuff. A couple of pitches that are tough to hit, as tough on lefties as he is on righties. He's a guy that you give him the ball and watch him go. Then when you get past him, if you're lucky enough to get him out the game, now they're going to bring in their lefty ace closer, Stuart Holmes. This guy's just as nasty, if not nastier. Holmes just set the school record with 15 saves. You're talking about a pitching staff that's loaded. Not even talking about Sinibaldi, who's a big righty for him. So this is not a team you want to run into. When they go to the pen, they actually get better. Congratulations to a couple of those guys, especially Holmes, the reliever, and good luck to you guys in the postseason.
Now to the Raging Cajuns, where UL avoided a sweep against Sunbelt leaders South Alabama, pulling out a big win on Sunday. Time now to check in with Ronnie Rance, who has this week's Raging Cajun report. The UL Lafayette report is brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospital.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Rance with this week's Ragin' Cajun Report, brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospitals. Well, we feature Kyle Clement, a former Catholic High New Iberia star who leads that program in all its offensive categories and led him to 3 straight quarterfinal appearances his sophomore through senior seasons, has been red hot for the Ragin' Cajuns. This is a guy who after his freshman year in college didn't even think he was going to play baseball anymore, but decided to go to junior college, ended up in Lafayette, and he leads the Ragin' Cajuns in slugging percentage and is batting over 300 this year for Tony Robichaux.
I mean, the pressure's all on the pitcher right there. I really don't have any pressure on me. I mean, he's the one who has to, make a pitch and throw it over the plate. So I really just want to be patient, but if the first one's there, that's also a situation where you don't want to get behind in the count, because then the pressure's on you and he can kind of spin you out of control, but it's just looking for the right pitch.
Not only is Kyle Clement second on the Ragin' Cajun team in home runs, but in late April he was recognized by Louisville Slugger as one of the co-national players of the week. Well, the Ragin' Cajuns head to Monroe to take on the ULM Warhawks this weekend in one final push to try to get the postseason this year.
The UL Lafayette report is brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospital.
When it comes to you or a loved one facing a long-term stay in a hospital, there are other long-term acute care hospitals, and then there is AMG Specialty Hospital. AMG Specialty Hospital is a long-term acute care hospital known as a LTAC. We are designed to give care to patients who require an extended hospital stay. AMG Specialty Hospital focuses on putting our patients first, which is why 90% of our specialty hospital patients and their families would recommend us to others. Other LTACs will care for you. AMG Specialty Hospital will care about you. AMG is committed to delivering quality health care to our patients within the communities we serve. Go ahead, ask your doctor which LTAC hospital they would trust most for their own loved ones. If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there. But if you're looking for the best long-term acute care hospital with great patient care, AMG is proudly serving 8 locations in Louisiana and 7 other locations within the United States. So when the best care is as close as this, there's absolutely no reason to go to any LTAC other than AMG's healthcare management for complex medical needs.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
And remember, when you buy from the appliance giant, you always get the best deal.
Tony Campbell, the appliance giant, always told me if you want to sell appliances in this town, you got to offer the best name brands. That's why at Campo we offer lines like Thermador and Bosch. Right now, when you buy a Thermador cooktop, wall oven, or one of their beautiful ranges from Campo, I'll give you a Thermador dishwasher for free. Come to Campo today to see how we can take your kitchen to the next level when you buy local.
Hello, my name is Brett Cassio. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I specialize in sports medicine and arthroscopic surgery and shoulder replacement. I'm most proud of the fact that we take care of every young athlete regardless of their background. I'm located at Memorial Hospital in Lake Charles, Louisiana. You can find more information at my website, CassioSportsMed.com.
Hey, we're in the classroom at Big Easy Sportsplex today, and we're going to do a little 2-segment piece on exposure and recruiting for high school baseball players and what that looks like. And the reason we're doing this is there's just so much confusion and so much muddied water when it comes to this. I think parents are taken for a ride a lot of time. I think that people are told, oh, the Gerber baby scandal. Your baby's so pretty, just come on in, we'll charge you $6. But oh, look, you qualified, now pay $3,000 to do this. So I think there's a lot of that out there. And I don't mean to mock it too much, but you know, we have a good grasp on it now, and I'm so proud of the fact we're starting NOCA Baseball. And NOCA is a recruiting and exposure type organization that allows kids that from 14 to 19 years old to learn what's really true out there, to clear all these waters and give parents some answers and not break their wallets as well. So let's get started. It will be a 2-part segment. The first part's just going to be about, are you a prospect and your exposure? Very simple, okay? Are you a prospect? The first thing is, says who? Is it because you're 6'5"? Well, I know a lot of guys who are 6'5", but they're not prospects. You have to know who's the trusted and credible source that's telling you that you're a prospect. If it's coming from the schools themselves, great. Because at the end of the day, it's kind of like I tell my wife, she might have been the only lady out there who thought I was handsome. Perfect, that's the one I'm marrying, right? So find that out, says who. The next one is, and if this is diverse, if it's a bunch of different people, that's even better, right? At what level are you a prospect and how are you projecting? Projectability, meaning I'm a sophomore, I'm not very mature just yet, I'm only 5'8", my parents are kind of taller. Is there some projectability in there? Do I still have growth to go? What level am I projecting at? Is it major Division I, or to be fair about it, is it a junior college? Is it a Division III, NAIA? It really can span the spectrum. And always remember, you could also not be a prospect. That's possible too. The other piece of that is your academics and your financial, your core and your SAT. I tell my kids all the time, you have to get this done. This matters more than that, because this perishes, this goes on forever. Your financial is your family's state right now. What can they afford you to do? If Duke or Tulane offered you half scholarship right now to play baseball, could you pay for it? That's the next question. And then finally, we go to exposure, and that is, I always call appropriate named. You can have inappropriate exposure. We have kids coming from here that are told, go out to Arizona and showcase your skills and don't play baseball for your high school. Literally having that being said to kids who are not ready for that. You know, that's just the reality of it. It's just bad advice, bad stuff going to these people. And these parents, it's tough. It's tough to decipher what's good and what's not. Aimed means I'm going to that camp. I'm going to go to the Tufts baseball camp. I'm going to go to the Rutgers baseball camp. I'm going somewhere that's specifically aimed because I know that's a school I really want to go to for whatever reason. And then within that, you have your references. And your references must be trusted. It can't just be the guy who says everybody's a prospect. And in NOCA, what I love about that is this could be your head high school coach. Then it could be the high school coach that you played against, who's going to be a trusted resource, as well as maybe somebody like me who helps you out at a local prospect organization. So I love that NOCA baseball is coming online. We're going to fill in a lot of holes for people, educate a lot of people, and help people in a lot of different ways. We'll get back into this next week as well, kind of go into the needs and the production and what you need to do and how to get started. But for now, that's a great little piece. I know I didn't talk about too much with it, but we have to take from here. We have to kick it over to Dr. Cassio, because here's one thing: if you're hurt, you're not going to be a prospect. So Dr. Cassio is going to talk about the torn labrum. Let's kick it over to Brett right now.
Well, thank you, Joey. We see labrum problems in throwers all the time. The labrum is a rubbery cushion that keeps the ball in the socket of the shoulder. It works along with the biceps tendon and the rotator cuff to help keep the ball in the socket during the throwing motion. The labrum sees lots of stress during the throwing motion, and therefore it can be injured quite often. The underlying problem with the labrum is it can tear away from the bone that it's supposed to be attached to. When this happens, it's essentially like a hangnail, and sometimes it doesn't hurt, but if you put your shoulder in a certain position, it pinches on that labrum and pulls it away from the bone and can cause sharp stabbing pain and the inability to throw.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
Hi, I'm Greg Walter.
I'm Tommy Meyer. And I am Ray Trosclair. We are private wealth advisors with Ameriprise Financial. We believe that your success is not only measured by your financial well-being, but how confident you are about your future.
No matter what your financial dreams are, our mission is to help you reach your financial goals through a personal relationship based on knowledgeable advice.
Let our team at Walters, Meyer, Trosclair & Associates help you feel more confident about your financial future.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
Chef Agino, which is a local Christian homeschool support group, has been around for about 30 years. And we help parents navigate the process of educating their kids at home. When parents are homeschooling their kids, typically there's not a lot for them to do from a socialization perspective. We have field trips, we have camping trips, we have graduations, and of course we have PE. So the message that we're trying to convey to parents all throughout the greater New Orleans area is that if the public school isn't working for you and private school is out of reach, you should check out the viability of home education. You can check us out at gnochristianhomeschooling.org.
And remember, Royal Honda, it's the official vehicle of Richie on Sports. Just about to put the wraps on another edition of Louisiana Baseball, but before we do so, let's head back to Big Easy co-owner Joey Cabaceres one more time. Joey?
Thanks, Eric, and let's focus a little bit on what's going on at Big Easy this summer. We have some tremendous baseball camps. There's 2 of them. You got to go online, BigEasySportsplex.com. Check it out, NOCA Baseball. It's a newly formed organization, New Orleans Coaches Association. It's a bunch of head high school coaches around the area, their assistants, some other guys that are just local baseball gurus that are joining this association. We are running the camp. I'm part of it. It's going to be a great camp from 7 years old all the way to 14 years old. We have some great names involved. Lyle Ballrick, Mark Wisniewski from Brother Martin, Kenny Benor from Chalmette, Nick Monica from Rummel. So some really big names, some really good stuff. Your kids will have a blast at this camp, and they will get better. So again, thanks again for everything you've done. Been a great season.
Joey, thanks so much. That'll put a wrap to another edition of Louisiana Baseball. Best of luck to all the area teams looking to close out the regular season in style this week and set themselves up for nice runs in the postseason. For all the good folks here at the Big Easy Sportsplex, I'm Eric Ritchie saying so long, everyone. Thanks for watching.